But what has been the biggest surprise from this, that when it first came out, it's like, whoa, that completely is unexpected? Christy, why don't we start with you there?
I don't know that it's completely unexpected, but to Don's point earlier, it's the speed at which it's happening. Mm-hmm. So as an example, I was traveling the second week of March, and things were starting to get a little dicey, and we were starting to think about not traveling. And this was, some people didn't come to the event that I was at because they were concerned about it. And it was literally like, as those 3 days went by, the whole world changed. And by the time Monday rolled around, it really was a game changer. So the speed at which the market became illiquid, the speed at which we're changing product guidelines has been literally the biggest unexpected that we've had.
The speed, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. I was in the same boat. I was traveling also during that time, and I was actually in New York when March 11th, when my wife was very, very upset at me for going to begin with, and she had me wear a mask, and my colleague Alex and I were the only ones wearing a mask on the airplane. But we went for a meeting, and it's like in that 48-hour period that we went and came back, it was just like everything changed super fast. And then I didn't leave the house after that. That was like it. That was my last outing was that, and then I was forbidden from any other travel, and I was locked down. As far as biggest surprise, Don, what do you think on your end for Supreme? Kind of what was the biggest surprise from the onslaught that came?
Well, I always prepare for the end of the world because I know it's coming.
So you have a bunker and you have the guns and you have all that ready to go.
Yeah, I am one of those guys, right?
Nice.
But honestly, from the Supreme side, the biggest shocker to me has been how well the teams have done under incredibly stressful times, right? And I think that many of us, different companies can echo that same sentiment. And Jen kind of mentioned before, here we've got not just a remote workforce, and for some of them, maybe their first time working remote, but we've got their spouses are also at home, their kids are also at home, maybe their older kids have moved back in with them, right? And so it's like the home is no longer the refuge, the home is like this chaotic nature. And yet here we have had record months, record volume under the most stressful times. And I could not be more proud of the teams for doing so. That's actually, I hate to say, not a surprise, but kind of shocking how well the teams have done during this time.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
Don, it's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, I'm proud and impressed by the speed at which they were able to adapt to that, and really, like Christy, I was traveling, March 9th through the 11th, and I came back, and my flight back was half, if not 2/3 empty. And I thought, well, this doesn't bode well. And then by Monday, we're basically evacuating the building. I'm going in to make sure everybody's getting their monitors and things to take home, to prepare to work from home. And, within that week, people were just clipping right along like nothing had changed, and I think everybody was able to really, be understanding and empathetic to dogs, cats, children, screaming spouses in the background, and so I think
screaming spouses.
Well,
what are you doing to your husband, Jen?
No, he doesn't. But, yeah, it's not me.
Hence why I'm in the office. So
right. Well, you're lucky, Don. No, but I think that there's what's surprising about it. From a company standpoint, we were already very much a culture of link arms and get things done. But this really, I think, has put that to the test, and we've come out really on the right side of that, of people saying, yes, they're very understanding of some craziness going on. We're all in the same boat, and just being very understanding.